What is going on, everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another fake versus real comparison video. Now today another Galaxy Note 4 replica, but this time the updated version, also called the new MTK6582. Now this will be the last Galaxy Note 4 review because I'm currently waiting for two replicas of the Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge to arrive. So stay tuned, guys. Now I've ordered that smartphone from a Chinese seller on AliExpress, and the seller is really a nice guy, so he has listed the old version and the new version, and I just wanted to know what the differences are. And he added me on Skype, and yeah, we were just talking about the clones and the quality, and he said the new version has some improved things, like the front facing camera has been changed and you see it, so it's not placed exactly at the same spot, and also the lens looks a bit bigger. So the front facing camera looks a bit better. Then also the ROM has been updated, some new features and some internal updates. And all in all, I have to say it was just about $10 more expensive, and definitely get the new version because yeah, some things have been fixed. Now it retails currently for $150 and you get a lot of gifts. So a screen protector, SD card, a leather case, and that's pretty cool. Because when I ordered from LiveMall, there was actually nothing included and it was the same price. Now, if you want to check out the specs of the smartphone, just click the link down below in the description. It will redirect you to AliExpress where I bought the phone, and then you can check out the specs. But yeah, it's the quad-core version and the S Pen is not exactly the same like on the real one. Then now I would say let's get started and let's do a quick unboxing. Now here you can see everything which is included inside of the box, and many things are included, so that's actually really good for the price. But let's have a look at the box first. Now this is a fake box and you can see the color doesn't match, so the color doesn't look that good, and also it looks a bit deformed. Now here we have the real box and you can see the color is a bit darker, and it should also come with such stickers, so quality sealings. And you don't have such quality sealings on a fake box. So you already should be able to tell the difference if you have a look at the box. Then here we have a charging cable. This is also included, looks exactly the same like the real charging cable. But yeah, as you can see, it looks a bit longer. It's a micro USB charging cable, yeah, comes also with QR code, looks really like the real deal, but it's a bit longer than the real one, which comes with the real Galaxy Note 4. Then there are also stickers included to make it look like the real deal, and this is really crazy. Now you have a serial number on there, a code, here Samsung Smart Care 24 months of warranty, but this is just bullshit because it's a replica, you don't have any warranty. Now yeah, if the phone breaks down, you're usually fucked. So sending it back to China is very expensive, and usually the seller just says, no, we cannot replace it or whatever. So yeah, that's just regarding warranty. Then there's also a headset included, and it really looks like the real deal, so it's hard to tell the difference because it also comes with the Samsung logo. Just the Samsung logo on there looks a bit different. And you can buy those replica headsets for just a couple of bucks on eBay, AliExpress, yeah, it's really crazy. And they look like the real headsets, but the sound quality is not that good. I mean, the sound quality is okay, but it can't keep up with the real headset, because also the real headset is much more expensive. It's something like €30, but you can see it really looks like the real deal. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, then also included is a quick starter guide. It's exactly the same like I've got with my real Galaxy Note 4, but I just throw it away. I don't use those user manuals. Then what's inside of that bag here? Okay, that are not condoms, that are actually just wipes. So we have dry wipes and wet wipes, and this is to prepare the display before you apply the tempered glass screen protector. And it's very stiff, very hard and scratch resistant, and helps a lot to protect the display of your fake or real Galaxy Note 4. I will probably use it on my real one. Then here you can see something which looks like a USB drive. This is also included, and this is a very cool thing. Now this is a card reader, and actually you don't need a card reader because yeah, you just connect the smartphone with the SD card to the computer. But I have a lot of micro SD cards, and it's a pretty cool thing because I can just check what's on them. And also included is a 32GB Samsung Evo SD card, and it looks like a real one. I also guess it's maybe a real one because I copied a 20GB movie on the SD card and it worked. So yeah, pretty cool, because for $150 you get a lot of accessories. Okay, the next thing is the charger, and I had a lot of those fake chargers, but this is probably the best looking one. Now it doesn't support fast charging, this is just here on the sticker, but it looks pretty good. It's not too lightweight, it comes with the QR code, Samsung logo, and this is definitely not a real one, but it's a pretty good fake one. It comes with the correct power socket connector for my country, all the logos, USB port is straight in, and this looks really good, looks like a pretty good replica. Then here we have a spare battery, because one battery is already in the smartphone, and the battery is a really piece of crap, so the battery lifetime is just barely 1 day. So definitely, if you get that smartphone, get a real battery, because it fits. Also included a normal screen protector if you don't want to use the tempered glass screen protector, and that's basically it. Now that is everything which is included inside of the box, and now I would say let's go and let's have a look at the smartphone. Now here you can see both smartphones. On the left side we have the fake one, and on the right side we have the real one. Now what you can see at the first look is that the SML display, so the real one, just looks awesome. The colors look great, the brightness, everything. Now the IPS display of the fake one on the left side, it's a full HD panel, so it looks really great, but the colors don't look that great. Now you can see that the colors are way too bright and they don't look that natural. So this is one of the main things where you can see that the left one is the fake one. And also the frame around the display looks a bit too dark, and also the metal frame is a bit too dark. But except of this, both phones look very equal. Alrighty guys, now here's a quick comparison between both devices from the outside. And yeah, the front side looks very identical. Samsung logo, sensors, home button, everything placed almost exactly on the same spot. Just here the display doesn't look that good. I mean, it's very sharp because it's a full HD panel, but just the colors don't look that good. And this is why I bought the Galaxy Note 4, because the colors on the SML display just look so great. Now the viewing angles are almost identical, so they're pretty good on both devices, because also the fake one is using a IPS display, and that means pretty good viewing angles. So yeah, they look very identical. Also the weight is almost identical. Just the weight is a bit different because the battery is not that heavy on the fake one. Then here's a quick look on the back side. Now the fake cover here is a bit darker, so you can see that this one here is fake, and the other one, which looks a bit more than leather, is the real one. Also, the quality is not that good of the back cover, so sometimes the leathers are coming off. Then here you can see the heartbeat monitor and also the LED flash, and it just looks better on the real one because the LED is not that yellow, and usually a very yellow LED means cheap LED and not that good. Then here you can see the camera, and what you can see at the first look is that the camera lens of the real one, so on the right side, is a bit bigger than the camera lens of the fake one, so that usually means it can catch more light and just has better quality. Yeah, speaker at the bottom and also the S Pen. And the S Pen on the fake one is actually pretty bad because it's just a metal stylus, but you will see later that it has absolutely no S Pen functions, and also doesn't support hovering. Now the real S Pen is much better. It has more functions and it's thicker. That means it doesn't bend that easy, and it's too thick to slide it into the fake one. So yeah, there's no way to use the real S Pen on the fake Galaxy Note 4 because also the display technology is not the same. Then the frame on this one, on the new version, looks almost identical. Now the color matches because on the older version the color was way off, so it didn't look good at all. But here on the new fake, it looks a bit better, so the color looks more like the real one, and also the overall build quality has been improved a bit because the IR blaster cover doesn't come off, and yeah, such other things. Okay, so that's basically it from the outside. Both phones look very identical to each other, and I would say now let's open them up and let's see how they look from the inside. Now there we go, so I have removed the back covers from both devices and let's quickly compare them. And they look very identical from the inside, so everything is placed exactly on the same spot. Just the color of the plastic looks a bit darker here, a bit more yellow on the fake one, but the plastic quality seems to be almost the same. Now let's have a look at the battery. So you can see battery looks also the same. We can have a look here at the camera lens, and you can see that the camera lens here is a bit smaller on the fake one, here a bit bigger on the real one. And also the heartbeat monitor, so the sensor here at the back side looks exactly the same. The LED looks different. The microSD card slot looks exactly the same, so there's really nothing to complain about. Also it supports 64GB SD card, so that works without a problem. Then we also have such golden contacts on the fake one, and they're actually for wireless charging. You can see the wireless charger right over here, and wireless charging is also working on the fake one, so that really impressed me. Both devices have one SIM card slot. There's also a dual SIM version, but that's only for the Chinese market. then here we have the speaker at the bottom, and the speaker almost looks identical, but the speaker quality on the fake one is not that good like on the real one. So it always steers at maximum volume and it's a bit crispy. Now yeah, as we have seen before, the S Pen looks completely different, and also the S Pen technology is completely different. Now I'm not really impressed by the S Pen. Let's quickly remove the battery on both devices and let's check out the sticker under the battery, because also the sticker looks very identical and people always ask me how to spot a fake one. Don't have a look at the sticker because they print some crappy on the sticker and actually the sticker doesn't tell you anything. So sometimes they even copy the IMEI from a real Galaxy Note 4. They just search online for, I don't know, Galaxy Note 4 IMEI from YouTube videos, just copy it, and then you check it with the IMEI checker and it looks like a real thing, but actually it isn't. Just have a look at the battery, because all fake batteries I've seen are much thinner than the real batteries. Now if you compare it to the real battery, you can see it's much thinner, so it can't have the same capacity. Then it also comes with 4 golden contacts, but if you have a look at the contacts, then you can see that they are a bit thinner than the contacts on the real battery. But the fake battery works perfectly nice in the real smartphone, but yeah, just the capacity is really shit and it lasts only a couple of hours. Now yeah, let's just try if the real battery fits in the fake one, and as you can see, it fits without a problem. Now let's try to attach the back cover, and the funny thing is, when you're going to use a real battery in a fake one, you should always use a fake back cover, because it's not that stiff and then it closes, and the real back cover doesn't close sometimes. So that's a bit of a problem if you use a real battery, because it's thicker, you have maybe a problem with the back cover, but if you use a fake back cover, then it works really nice and also closes. But yeah, sometimes it could come off a bit, but then you can just close it again. Okay, then let's quickly try to turn it on, and could take some time because I switched the battery. Alright, so there we go, Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and it's booting. You can see that this clone here comes with the Samsung boot logo and boot animation, so it really looks like the real deal when you switch it on. But now I want to show you that it's also possible to use real back covers. Now yeah, you can see the real battery is in there and the back cover closes, but only with the fake back cover. Now when you're going to use a real back cover, then you could have a problem that it doesn't close. And now yeah, let's just try it with a real flip cover. And the problem with those real flip covers is that they are very stiff, they don't bend, and the fake back cover bends a bit, and this helps a lot to close the back cover. Now I want to also quickly show you that the fake battery works in the real one. So we have the same golden contacts, but yeah, the capacity absolutely sucks. Now sometimes I have used it just for 5 hours and then the battery went dead. So with the real battery you can get through 1.5 days, but with those fake batteries included you cannot even get through 1 day, so they are really bad. Now also included, what I forgot to mention, is that flip cover here. And it's also a replica. You can see the golden contacts for NFC are missing because the clone also doesn't support NFC. But all in all, it feels like the real deal, comes with the Samsung logo, fake leather optic, and I would definitely prefer to buy such a replica instead of wasting €50 for a flip cover, because they are quite expensive in my country. Okay, then let's just try to use the real battery with wireless charging and the flip cover here. And you will see that it's not possible. It just doesn't close because the battery is too thick. And this flip cover here is very stiff. So yeah, back cover can't close and it always comes off. So that's a pretty bad thing, because now you have to decide if you want to have a big battery but no flip cover for protection in the S-View window, or if you want to have a flip cover with S-View window and no big battery. And I would definitely recommend to get a big battery and no flip cover, because the battery lifetime, as I've said, really sucks. Now yeah, the flip cover is working just like on the real Galaxy Note 4, and you can see it's pretty fast. You have notifications, messages, you can play music, and really nice, so there's absolutely no difference to the real one. Then now I would say let's get started and let's have a look at all the apps. So I've now placed both phones side by side. As always, on the left side we have the fake one, and you can see it's quite snappy for a quad-core clone. And yeah, also here the real one is very snappy. I have many apps on the real one, not so many on the fake one, so the fake one is still very fast. Okay, then let's go here to the menu and let's go to the settings, which we have right over here. And the settings look very similar, but a lot of the settings and features are missing on the fake one. So it looks very identical, but if you go to about the phone or about the device, you can see that software updates is missing because you won't see any software updates on the fake one. So it comes with Android KitKat straight out of the box, but trust me guys, there are no updates. You can just mod it on your own if you're familiar with Android. You can do a lot of stuff, you can deep-load it, you can even make custom ROMs, that's absolutely no problem with MTK. But you won't see any official custom ROM releases, maybe 1 or 2 on NeedROM, but that's it. We can go here to Wi-Fi, and yeah, Wi-Fi is working on both devices, but you can see that the signal strength is a bit better on the real one, so we have very strong on the real one and just good on the fake one. Also we have a doubled link speed on the real one, so 144 Mbits to 60 Mbits. And also there's the NVRAM warning error on the fake one. This is when you factory reset the smartphone, then you get this error, but we have a fix for this on chinadevices.com. Okay, then Bluetooth. Bluetooth is perfectly working, no lags, because some people have experienced some lags or connection loss when they have used a hands-free headset. But I've tested it in my car and it works actually really great without any issues. Then you can see that there are many more options on the real one. So we have here NFC and sharing, GPS and everything. So GPS is also on the fake one, but no NFC. There are not even NFC contacts, so NFC is completely missing on the fake one. We can go here to storage on both devices and you will see 32 gigs on the fake one, but this is fake. Now they have faked the internal memory, it's just something like 8 gigabytes, and at the bottom you can see 32 gigs, that's real, that's the SD card, so that's actually pretty good. But the total internal storage is just 8 gigabytes and that's it. And that's a pretty bad thing. Oh yeah, you can see getting Facebook messages at the same time, so really there's absolutely no issue with connectivity or something, and it works just like on the real one. We can go here to the battery stats and let's have a look at them, because the battery is a really piece of crap on the fake one. Now it says here 15 hours in battery, but it didn't reset the counter. Actually, you just have about, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours in battery and then it went dead. And you really have to get a real battery. It's possible to use it with the fake cover, but definitely get yourself a real battery, because there's also no power saving mode and the whole battery lifetime is just a piece of crap. And those small batteries, I don't know, maybe they have just 1800 milliamp hours, and that's really not enough for that big screen. Alrighty guys, then let's go back to the settings and let's check out the rest. So in general, many things are missing on the fake one because the chipset doesn't support some things. We can also have a look at motions and gestures. We should have it on both devices. And what you will see is that there are not that many motions and gestures here. So there's no palm swipe, but yeah, mute to pause I think should work, and air gestures also working. And the proximity sensor works pretty good, so it detects also left and right. And off-screen gestures like starting the camera from the lock screen is also possible. But only things like smart scroll or smart pause are absolutely not working. Now when you activate smart pause and you watch a movie, then it always stops the movie even if you look at the screen. So this is a total piece of crap and it's not working. Then yeah, maybe also important is the power saving mode here. You have here ultra power saving mode and it just enters here some screen, but actually it doesn't downclock the CPU and there's absolutely no power saving. So I just started this and after 1 hour 30 minutes the battery went dead, and here it says 1.7 days, so this is a total piece of crap and just fake. And I actually don't care about this because I'm not using the power saving mode at all, also on the real one, because when I go for a trip or hiking or something, then I don't take my Galaxy Note 4 with me. But yeah, that's it. Then let's have a look at the application manager. You can see here apps running in the background, and this is basically the task manager and tells us how much RAM is used and how much RAM is free. And you can see 1.1 GB used and 1.8 GB free, but that's completely fake because the whole phone only has about 1 GB. But the percentage is actually the same, so about 40% is used, so consumed by the ROM, and you have about 600 megabytes of free RAM. But it doesn't come with 3 GB RAM, this is just fake, and yes, you can fake it, there's absolutely no problem on China phones, and I see people faking it on AliExpress a lot. But yeah, this seller is very honest about it and tells you that the phone only comes with 1 GB of RAM, which is really good. Now let's have a look at the S Pen features. You don't have any S Pen features on the fake one because the S Pen doesn't have any function, it's just a normal stylus, and that is one of the biggest downsides on the fake one. So this fake version doesn't come with a real S Pen, and I think the S Pen is a feature which makes the Galaxy Note 4 the Galaxy Note 4. Then we can have a quick look at the Android status bar. It looks very identical, but you just see at the first look that the real Galaxy Note 4 comes with much more quick toggles because many more things are supported, like NFC, ultra power saving mode, and yeah, you don't have all this on the fake one. And also, for instance, some other things are missing like touch sensitivity, but I don't really care about this. Alrighty, then let's have a look at the phone application. So the dial application, I have it on the real one right over here. And both dial applications look absolutely identical. You just have your IP call on the fake one, you don't have it on the real one. Okay, call not sent because I tapped 2 times on send call. You can now hear the speaker quality. I mean, it sounds quite okay, but at maximum volume it oversteers a bit. And you can hear it right now, so quite loud, but it oversteers a bit. Now the sensors are perfectly working. We can switch off the speaker and you can see it shuts off the display, so the proximity sensor comes correctly calibrated and pretty good working on both devices. Then I would say let's go to the menu and let's have a look at all the important applications. And first of all, let's get started with the camera application because I want to do a quick camera comparison between the fake and the real Galaxy Note 4. So let's go outside, guys. Alrighty guys, we're now here outside and let's do a quick camera comparison. And what you will see is that the colors just look more natural on the real Galaxy Note 4. So on the left side we have the fake one and you can see the colors don't look that nice like on the real one, but the sharpness and everything looks quite okay and it looks pretty good just like on the real one. But it doesn't come with 60 megapixels, so I guess the camera is something like 8 megapixels and then interpolated to 16. Then the automatic and tap autofocus is also working on the fake one and it's quite fast as you can see. So I think on the older version it wasn't that fast, but now it focuses in under 1 second. We can take photos, that's a bit laggy, so on the real one it's just faster, there's almost no shutter delay, you can capture photos really fast. Then we can also have a quick look at video mode, and you will notice immediately you get more on the picture on the real one, so it looks a bit better, also the colors and the overall sharpness, but you have to deal with it, so you get what you pay for, and you pay only $150 for the fake one, so the camera can't be as good like the real one. What you will also notice, there is no pause button. You have a pause button on the fake one, but it's actually a stop button, so it stops, and you cannot pause the video. You can do it on the real one, but not on the fake one. Now we also have different modes on both devices. On the real one, panorama, selfie, HDR, and you also have all these on the fake one, so the camera app is actually really good, but yeah, the overall camera quality is not that good. I mean, it's okay, but it can't compete with the real Galaxy Note 4. Alrighty, now that's basically it. Now let's switch to the front-facing camera because I want to quickly show you how it looks like. And you can see if I use the real Galaxy Note 4, I'm completely on the picture, even though I'm just holding it half a meter away from me. But if you have a look at the fake one, and you can see it's really zoomed in, so the lens is absolutely not wide angle, and you can also not zoom out, so that's it. And you can only zoom in, and yeah, it really doesn't look good because you have to hold it very far away from you in order to get yourself on the picture and take selfies. So that absolutely sucks on the fake one. Alrighty, then last but not least, let's have a quick look at the settings. And you will immediately notice that the settings are absolutely not the same. Now we have the normal camera settings you have on a lot of China phones here on the left side. So you can see them, we just have the basic things like exposure, ISO and all that crap. We can have a look here at the camera settings and you will see here picture size 16 megapixels. But yeah, this looks very interpolated because there are huge jumps, 13 and then 6 megapixels. And I guess the sensor is maybe something like 6 or 8 and then just interpolated to 16 because the overall resolution doesn't look that good and it only records in 3GP. So no MP4 just like on the real Galaxy Note 4. And also there's no 4K, so 4K is not supported by the fake one and also no slow motion. So it's just a normal camera without any features of the real Galaxy Note 4, but yeah, camera looks okay, but could be better in my opinion. Then here's a quick video test in low lighting, and I think it's quite important because on the left side you can see the fake one, and the ISO is now very high because the lens can't catch so much light. Then let's go here to the lights, and now you can see, yeah, it looks quite okay when there's enough light, so also the colors. Now the colors look almost better than on the real one, so it looks quite okay. Alrighty guys, we're now here back on the smartphone, and yeah, what you can see is that all the Google apps are pre-installed, and this is quite important because I have a lot of China phones which only come with Chinese language, and Google is not pre-installed because Google is blocked in China. But here on this clone, it comes with the Google apps just like the real one. And you can just enter here the Google Play Store. As you can see, it looks exactly the same, so it's the latest version, and you can download all the apps, you won't have any problems. And yeah, sometimes it's also detected as Galaxy Note 4 because in the build prop it says Galaxy Note 4 and also the model number. Okay, then let's have a look at the heart rate monitor, and what you will notice is that it looks a bit different. Also the S-Health application is a bit outdated, so it's not exactly the same. And I have to say I'm not using heart rate at all, but it shows similar values, and yeah, I don't use this shit. I think it's the worst feature ever. And yes, I do fitness every 2 days, but I really don't need a heart rate monitor to tell me my heart rate. So you can feel it, and I think that feature is so useless and you won't need it at all. But yeah, you can see it looks quite similar and also shows very similar values. Okay guys, now the last feature we're going to check out is the S Pen. And actually I wouldn't call it a feature because it's just really crappy. Now if you have a look at the S Pen, then you can see the fake S Pen just comes with a metal pin and the other one comes with a soft plastic pin. And it just feels a bit like scratching on the display. I mean, it's very smooth and it works perfectly nice, but it's not the S Pen experience. And the S Pen is one of the features why I bought the Galaxy Note 4. But yeah, this S Pen doesn't feel like the real S Pen. Also, it's much thinner, bends a bit, and you can see it doesn't even work on the real one because the display technology is a different one. And as I've said before, the button on the S Pen has absolutely no function. So if you press it, nothing happens. Now if you press the button here on the real S Pen on the real Galaxy Note 4, it works really nice. So it opens up a sub menu and you can hover with the S Pen over the menu and it works. But there is no hovering on the fake one, and also the button has absolutely no function. So the menu pops up, but only when you just take the S Pen out of the case, then it works. But you cannot press the button, so this is really crappy. Then you will see there is hovering. Now you don't even have to touch the display with the real S Pen, but you have to touch it with the fake S Pen, so it feels a bit like scratching on the display, even though it's very smooth, but in my opinion it's not that good. Then as you can see, the fake one also comes with Samsung apps, so here the S Note application, but it's an old application, it's a bit outdated. On the real one I have a new application, so it looks a bit different. Another missing feature is different thickness of the lines. On the real Galaxy Note 4 it depends on how hard you press the S Pen on the screen, so you get different thickness of the lines, and this is not supported by the fake one because yeah, it's just a normal stylus. And so yeah, we have here S Health application, S Note and Scrapbook, that's basically it. And now I would say let's do a quick GPS test, and then you will see some benchmarks, and after this you will hear my conclusion about the fake Galaxy Note 4. So now here's a quick GPS test in Google Maps navigation, and I have to say it works quite good, but you have to do the GPS fix first. Otherwise sometimes when you take a corner you're off the road for about 2 or 3 seconds and then it jumps back. Now I would definitely recommend to do the GPS fix because it improves your GPS experience on such clones a lot. Now on the 6582 clones here, there is absolutely no issue with the chipset or the antenna, so GPS is definitely working. But to improve your experience, do the GPS fix. Alrighty guys, now here's a quick GPS test and a GPS test application. Now the weather today is not that good, it's a bit cloudy, but GPS is working. We have here a 3D fix, 14 feet of accuracy, and let's have a look at the signal bars. Now first of all we have 9 satellites in view and only 6 in use. Now on my real Galaxy Note 4 I have something like 12 to 15 in use and 27 in view. Now this is much more. This has some reasons because first of all the GPS chip from the real one is much better, and GPS here is integrated in the chipset, which is not that good. But it's definitely working and you can also improve it. Now you can get something like 20 in view and also 10 or 12 in use, but you have to do the GPS fix first. Because when you buy the phone, everything is set to China, so e-profiles from China, region in the GPS config set to China, and you need to root the smartphone, download the latest e-profiles, and you also have to rewrite the GPS config. Once you do it, I have a tutorial, just click the link down below, or just check out chinadevices.com, there you can find it too. Then after you have done this little fix, GPS gets improved a lot. So I would definitely recommend to do the GPS fix, and this also improves the signal bars here a bit, because you get the latest positions for the GPS satellites and all that. But yeah, GPS is definitely working on the clone, but you can improve it a lot. It is really loud at maximum volume, so we can test it here, but it also tends to oversteer. Now I would lower the volume and then the speaker sounds okay, but at maximum volume the speaker really oversteers and it doesn't sound good at all. Finally, we are at the end of another clone review, and sorry that it's a quite long video, but I wanted to show you all the differences. And also, this is the last Galaxy Note 4 review for a long time. Okay, actually I don't think there will be another one, because I have now Galaxy S6 clones and I want to show you the quad-core version and the octa-core version. And yeah, I won't do a review on the dual-core version because it's quite slow and probably not worth the money. But yeah, that's basically it. Now the improved version of the MTK6582 Galaxy Note 4 clone is a bit better. In my opinion, it can't compete with the real Galaxy Note 4, but it's also quite cheap, and for $150 you get a lot of accessories. But you should definitely get a real battery, and just keep in mind, if you're going to use a real battery, you cannot use a flip cover because they're very stiff and they just don't close anymore. That's the only downside here. Also, there are no software updates, so you have to mod on your own. If you want to mod something, you have to, for instance, fix some things if they're not working, so there will be no fixes, no software updates. Maybe there will be one factory release and a new software, but yeah, you don't see it very often. Also, there's no 4G LTE, so if you really need 4G LTE, then go with the real one, because there is no clone which comes with real 4G. And also the frequencies are quite important. Have a look at the frequencies first, because sometimes the phone is not supported in some countries because frequencies, so bands in the smartphone, are missing and it's not compatible with your provider. So have a look first at the frequencies of the smartphone and your provider and just compare them if they match. And also they are counterfeit items, so replicas with the real logo, and that's actually not legal. Now, in some countries I know it doesn't matter, so they are selling that on the street, and if you're on holiday, then just watch out. If someone comes to you and he offers you such a Galaxy Note 4 clone for $200 and looks brand new, then hands off, because it's probably a clone. Now yeah, the clone is not too bad, but you have to do some improvements, and if you're really not familiar with Android, and you actually don't care about this, and you just want to have a working smartphone where everything works and is really great, then go with the real one. But yeah, it's quite expensive, so I paid €700, which is something like $750 right now, and that's very expensive. Now if you want to check out the specs, the link is down below. Very nice seller on AliExpress, and he also sells other crap, so not only clones. Have a look at it. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and bye bye.